6 a.m. on this Friday, November 7th, 2025. Good morning, Denver, Colorado. Tuned into the Jeff and Bill Show, News Talk 710 KNUS. I'm your co-host, Jeff Hunt, along with Bill Thorpe, bringing you the freshest insights and hottest takes from the right, left, and center. Lots to talk about today. Supreme Court tariff arguments. Elon Musk, $1 trillion pay package. Way to go. I love it. And then we'll talk flight delays. Hitting Denver starting today. What that's going to look like, too.
Oof.
So,
just ouch. And have we all woken up from last night's slumber fest, the Broncos game?
It was an easy way to fall asleep.
Oh, dude, I did. I fell asleep on the couch numerous times. Dog coming over. Hey, what are you doing?
You knew it was bad when at halftime the players of the game were the punters.
Yes. Yeah. You're like, oh, this is bad. I felt bad for the highlight team. Like, what do you got? You got like two things.
Yeah, you should feel bad for me. Bo Nix is my fantasy football quarterback.
Oh, no. Oh,
that's because I'm a local boy. And
yeah.
I just love my Broncos. But
that's really hard.
In the competition with my sons in fantasy football, I am not doing well.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I am so sorry. Yeah, that was a tough one last night. That was a tough one to watch. But again, a win is a win, as we were talking about. We got little huntlings that are joining us in the studio this morning. We're talking about a win doesn't have to have style points attached to it. So, but your son had some great insights. Share what's
he just
what he was saying.
Because this season we're not just 8-2. We could easily be just 2-8.
Easily, yes,
by
we could.
Field goals. We keep winning by field goals.
Oh my God!
By like 3 points. It's crummy teams like the Raiders.
I know. It's like the one position, even as a soccer player, it's the one football position I think shouldn't count, and it's the one that's winning us games. Like, okay.
So, lots to cover today. You know the debate will be hot as we get into Supreme Court tariffs, whether or not President Trump can continue those, and is it right that someone could get $1 trillion pay package? Or is it just envy that's fueling your hatred of that? We'll talk about that, plus all the flight delays. Lots to cover today. You know the debates will be hot as always. So join the conversation by giving us a call at 303-696-1971. Text us on the Dan Caplis Law text line 720-819-5115. Now it's time for News and Comment with Blake Olson.
Blake Olson.
Blake Olson, News and Comment.
Good morning. TGIF 34 and clear in Denver. Expecting a high of 64 today. News sponsored by Pastor Camp Heating and Air Conditioning at 303-777-1234 to learn more about special savings opportunities on Lennox equipment. Our top story, United Airlines cutting flights out of DIA ahead of today's FAA order to reduce air traffic by 10%. The airline has rearranged schedules through Sunday, cutting about 4% of its flights from DIA. They've also launched a website to help passengers rebook the canceled flights. 40 U.S. airports have been ordered to cut air traffic due to the Schumer shutdown. It is day 38 today.
Blocked. Kick is blocked. And Denver's going to get the ball
with the face mask.
Yes.
With the face mask block. I love it.
That was fantastic.
The Orange Crush. I thought I saw Tony Lilly out there, Billy.
Oh, God, yes.
You know, I mean, once again, I thought I saw Dennis Smith.
Yes.
Tom Jackson in 57. And there's a... by the way, that was the play of the game, that block punt.
Yeah,
J.L. Skinner blocked it.
And again,
talk about
late
all
in
it
the
did
third.
was give him a field goal.
Yeah.
They couldn't do anything after it.
That's 3 points. That is what football's all about, Jeff. That's what you told me. Come on.
Blake, they couldn't do anything. They block a punt. It goes 3 and out, and then they kick a field goal, and that became the game
That's
winning.
the winner.
Point.
That is the win. As long as they're going to allow that.
Yeah, we talk style points, and shout out to the dude that's so committed he will block the ball with his face. You're on my
Yes.
team every day of the week.
That's
every
right.
day of the week when you block the ball with your face.
There's a sense
Absolutely.
that you think that was intentional?
No,
I think he
here's the
just
thing.
walked right into it.
However you can do it.
Here's the thing is, I don't think it was intentional, but if you are willing to throw your entire body in front of the
Absolutely.
ball, yes. That's my thing with soccer defenders. When I see defenders turn their back, I'm like, oh, get off my pitch. Get off now. If you're not willing to take the ball in the
That's
gooch,
right.
Get off. The idea is
Absolutely.
use every part of your body to block the ball. Dude
Yep.
was committed. Any
No
day of the
doubt.
week, he can play for my Broncos. Any day
No
of the week.
doubt.
It was beautiful.
You've got to be ready
Yes.
to take it anywhere.
Anywhere.
Just
Yes.
walked right into
Anywhere.
it.
Yes, that's which is beautiful. He's like, hit me anywhere. Come right into it. I will take that. That's the kind of player I want. Please.
Every centimeter
time.
of your body
Yes.
counts, man.
Whatever blocks it, I don't care.
Right, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, great play,
Oh, loved
huge
it.
play.
Yeah.
And that's why you never know. I mean, it could be in the first quarter, it could be in the second quarter. Last night it was late in the third. And a play like that, special teams, on a short week, by the way, a lot of times you're going to have these Thursday night games, and you're basically talking about one day of preparation, really, because the other 2 days are basically walkthroughs, and the one team is going to be sloppy. And last night, both teams were sloppy, but the bottom line, as you mentioned, doesn't matter. A win is a win is a win.
Yes.
7 straight victories,
It's crazy.
right?
It's
But
sitting
don't you
atop
feel
the
like
division.
we're back in the Tebow days of just like having a quarterback that just
No.
runs all over the
No.
field?
No.
No.
No,
No.
Like I feel
No.
like so we had tickets during those days, so I watched every game, and it was like every snap was just like you just held yourself in the seat because you had no idea.
So
Like,
did
it could
everyone
be
else.
It could be a 20-yard sack. It could be a 25-yard
Yeah.
run. It could be a 60-yard pass. You just had no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
And I felt like when Peyton Manning came in, he was like, what did they call him, the sheriff? Like the dude just commanded the field
Yeah.
when he walked out there, and so you could just settle in and be like, the sheriff's here. Now
Yep.
with Bo Nix, I'm like back to just brace yourself in the
No.
seat because
See,
you just have no idea.
Yeah, I
You
do.
could hardly
I
get a
think-
first down last night.
I think what you're watching is the growth of someone who's going to be a great NFL quarterback. I don't know if he's going to be a Hall of Famer like Elway or Manning, but you're watching the growth. Yeah, he's going to be great. I mean, he totally different situation. Loved Tim Tebow, loved everything about him. Great, one of the greatest college football players of all time, maybe one of the greatest. But it's a totally different situation. I mean, Bo Nix can throw the ball, and he's a great leader. He can run.
Yeah, and then he goes
Yeah,
through
he's
progression.
winning by a field goal. He's winning these games over and over
Doesn't
again by
matter.
a field goal.
Does not matter. You're going to have those ups and downs. You're going to have those days.
Yeah, the thing with me with the Knicks is I'm never concerned if he can complete the pass or complete his progression. I had no faith in Tebow. Tebow was an incredible athlete, and I still think that the NFL missed a tremendous opportunity because he is the best 5 yards and in quarterback I've ever seen in football.
Oh, yeah.
Ever. And I would have gone for 2 on every single touchdown with him just because I don't think the other team could stop Tim Tebow based on 2 yards. I don't think there's a single thing that at the time any NFL team could do regularly to keep him out of the end zone 2 yards out or closer. So I would have gone that way. I would have used him as a specialty quarterback. But Bo Nix, to me, he sits in the pocket. He stays there. Last night was a mess. I don't. The thing for me is I don't know why he seemed so skittish and gun shy because he ran outside of clean pockets a number of times, and that breaks containment. And again, when the lineman has his butt facing the quarterback and he's supposed to keep this pocket clean, and the guy runs outside of his downfield or his upfield shoulder, then that allows the defender to chase, and it changes what the lineman's doing. And you're like, you're blowing what your lineman's block is. And there were a number of times I saw Broncos running backs where the wide receiver was setting the block to the outside for an inside cutback, and the Broncos running back went to the outside. I'm like, no. I understand there were other guys, pursuing on that side, but the seam was on the inside. Follow your blocker at times. It was some strange decisions all the way around a number of times. But yeah,
short week.
Yeah,
short week, and you always, especially in the NFL, you have to credit the other defense. I mean, you have no idea. We have no idea what scheme, what they're doing, and I mean, a lot of it could have been confusion for all we know.
Yeah,
but the bottom line, that happens. That happens when you turn around. I mean, it takes a day to recover, and then Tuesday is your main practice day when typically it's your day off, and then boom, Wednesday is your walkthrough, and they're both going to look like garbage a lot of times on Thursday night. So what do you have to do? You have to look at the defense, and you have to appreciate the defense.
Sack sandwiches all night long.
Nick Bonito was out. All
love it.
Yeah. Here's the Orange Crush here.
3rd and 12. There's another one. Right on cue. Nick Bonito.
I mean, if you just focus on him and the defense, and you just tell yourself, okay, we're only going to score one touchdown. Maybe all we're going to do is kick field goals tonight. I'm going to appreciate what the defense is doing. They were unbelievable. They really were.
Gabe texting in, that game sucked.
We agree, Gabe.
We are not doing Gabe's our resident Raiders fan, which, look, I'm the big social conservative voice in Colorado that always loses everything politically, and I feel bad for Gabe because he's a Raiders fan. They can never get a win. But he said it was the Knicks was horrible, as was Smith. The game was boring.
And he was there. Our buddy Gabe was there.
Fans love points.
Shout out to Gabe, who is a Raiders fan and went and repped his colors in Mile High. Nice job, man.
Commitment
nice job.
to excrement.
Yeah. High five on that one, Blake. That's the line of the morning.
God, Denver Broncos fans are nice, aren't they? I don't know. Maybe the South Standers get a little
nice.
Get a little.
Broncos fans are too nice, man.
Yeah,
they're nice.
Yeah, I just that defense. What I was really worried about last night, and again, not being really a football guy per se, their big young tight end. He was a monster on Sunday.
Absolutely.
1 catch. I think it was 1. Wow.
Once again.
Without Surtain. Oh, my Lord. So, Vance Joseph, whatever the scheme was, however you were able to roll coverage, and I saw double up on him a couple of times, it was beautiful. And some of the ways to provide pressure in order to not let Geno Smith find that guy. Again, pressure sometimes didn't get there, but wow. That was so much fun to watch. That was the one part of the game that was fun to watch, the defense.
They're 8-2. And that's crazy.
I feel like we're playing with house money at this point. This is silly.
Right.
This is really silly.
Hey, let's hear from Bo Nix.
Well, we just have a tough and resilient football team. We find ways to win. Usually right now it's the defense leading the charge. They just continue to get us the ball back. A bunch of sacks tonight, a few that were in field goal range that knocked them out. And you'll win a lot of games with the defense playing like that. And then tonight we had a little spark with some special teams plays, and then, we just at some point we got to start moving the football and scoring points.
And so that'll be when they play Kansas City coming up. So now they have 10 days to prepare as opposed to basically 2. And I think you'll see a different Broncos offense, but you just got to survive these weeks. Now, you have to ask yourself, would you rather be on the winning end of a 10-7 game or the losing end of a 10-7 game? Gabe will tell you that. Trent Shearfield wearing blue cleats. Oh, my God, so beautiful. Those
like that
blue
too.
Cleats with those socks. I mean, that uniform is just killing it.
Yeah,
there's
really
no
is.
one out there who's a Bronco fan that that can say that's not the best uniform.
It looks fantastic, and
they got to make a permanent shift.
I love it. I like going back and forth because I do think if it was every week, it would get a little bit stale because it's been there for a while. But it's a wonderful switch, and several times a year. I wouldn't hold it just once a year like we're doing right now. Several times a year, it is fantastic to see. It's really cool.
It is. At least let's see. So 17 games. What do they have? Eight at home or 7 at home?
Yeah, 7 or 8, depending if they're playing internationally.
Yeah. So I think at least 6 of those have to be in those uniforms.
I like that. You found a balance you can live with, Blake. I like that.
Man. I'm almost becoming a Broncos fan again because of those uniforms.
The weird thing for me is how much I was tired of that helmet and design when they changed it over, and now how much I'm back in love with it.
I agree.
Yeah, and
I agree.
I'm watching those Broncos hoodies last night, going, wonder how much that is. I'm like, I could have one of those.
Same here, man.
Going on.
Oh, I know.
I think a lot of it has to do. I was thinking about this last night. A lot of it has to do with the digital age and the 4K or whatever we're in right now. Oh, yeah. I mean, the fact it's so clean and crisp and beautiful. And, when you look back at it, when we were watching games, I mean, now, it looked like old, film from the 20s. When you look at footage from the 80s, if it's not on film and it's on video. And that may be part of it, but golly, those things look good. They look good. Do. I speak of things that don't matter. All right, let me tell you about a woman in Boulder County recovering after being attacked by a moose in Boulder County. She was walking her dog west of Jamestown on Wednesday. A young bull moose knocked the woman down and stomped on her multiple times. She was taken to the hospital with head and back injuries. CPW couldn't find the moose, but they don't call him Mean Moose for nothing. Remember that. Hopefully she will be okay. 47 will host the Hungarian Prime Minister at the White House today, Viktor Orban, and DJT will talk about stopping the purchase of Russian oil as part of a pressure campaign to end the war with Ukraine. DJT also announcing sweeping cost cuts on obesity drugs. The White House says that Eli Lilly, which makes Zepbound, and Novo Nordisk, I don't know how to say these, which manufactures Wegovy, will lower the price of those injectable weight loss drugs to as little as $350 a month for starter doses. And I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I don't trust any of them. If you're fat like me, you got to go to the gym, work out, and eat right, and stop eating fried foods and carbohydrates.
True.
I think someone fainted, didn't they, during that press conference? One of them?
There was a little bit of irony in that. We're doing a health press conference. Someone's like, man down. Like, wait, hang on here. Yeah.
That was during that press conference, right?
Yeah, that was. That is. I know. But what does it say about, us, just as a side note about us in America going, let's see, exercise and sweating, getting the pounds. Give me a pill.
Give me a pill.
Can you shoot me in the butt with something?
Classic Americans.
Yes,
we've got better things to do.
Yes,
we're the titans of industry. Just hand me a pill.
Yeah, just hand me a pill.
Yeah. That's not a good. It's not a good look. I agree.
Yeah, I don't know though. I've seen some folks really change though on it. Like
like I have too.
Man, they look like totally different people.
Oh yeah, I've seen some people that had some.
Are they healthy?
Yeah. The people that I've known, there was someone that I knew that was struggling with with diabetes, and it was a constant problem based on some other injuries and things. That the idea of constant workout, and especially some of the cardio, just wasn't possible for them. And this has changed them. In fact, really changed their diabetes medication and other medications they're on. Yeah. So for those situations, I think it's great. But if it's like someone that's like, I don't want to go to the gym. I put on a few pounds after Thanksgiving. I'm going to go this way. That I don't think we should be doing. But
I don't know. That first workout when you got that spare tire. That's
it's
so
awful.
hard.
Oh, it
It's
sucks.
so hard.
Oh, it's so
The
bad.
second workout,
Workout
third
is
workout.
horrible.
Yes.
It's just tough, man. You just
yeah.
you just feel terrible.
Absolutely.
It feels like you're just carrying so much weight.
Yeah, it's the worst.
I'm always reminded of John Panette when he talks about the idea, and he was a big man before he passed away, about the fact that when he was working out, and he said, he'd be on the treadmill, and like for the last mile or so, he'd start having a chant. Raviolis and a nap, raviolis and a nap. He's like, that was his goal at the end of the run. That's what he's shooting for.
Raviolis and a nap.
Yeah, it's like that's what kept him going.
That's great. Well, if you're listening to Jeff and Bill right now and you're on the treadmill, hopefully we can help you lose some weight right now.
You know who
job.
we often talk to and interview on the show, who just calls us right from the gym, and I think you can credit it to his longevity.
Yes.
And his sharpness of mind is Peter Boyle.
Yeah, Pete. You know
You
who
can
else?
hear the weights in the
True.
background.
In the background, yeah. The other one that
that's
does
awesome.
it routinely after he leaves us. Now, he hasn't been on with us regularly, but people that are longtime KNUS listeners will recognize the name Tom Moeller, Peter's former, former news guy.
Yeah.
Who's so he always goes out and works out, and I think that it
he's
does
a
a lot
great
for
chef.
him as far as his longevity. Yeah, absolutely.
I agree, man. I mean, it doesn't matter what you're lifting or where you're walking or how you're moving. You just got to give your body resistance somehow, some way.
That's what I keep telling myself when I'm putting on this extra pounds. This is resistance. And I go to the fridge again.
Yeah,
It's making
and
me
Billy,
work
that
harder.
doesn't count with the fork. The curls with the fork.
Oh, damn it.
That does not count.
I was doubling up. I thought I was doing really good. I was two-fisting it.
Right. I used to tell myself that. Yeah, exactly. You're too fisted.
That's the
feel the burn. I
Joe
can feel the
Biden
burn.
ice cream workout.
Yes, exactly.
That's
I
right.
need that.
One in each hand.
Yes.
I tried to tell my wife, oh, hey, I have a 10-pound fork now.
Yes.
How about,
helps.
does that
Yes.
count?
It counts, yes.
Yeah. All right. It is 63 in Aurora, 61 in Golden, 64 in Denver. Jeff and Billy continue. You're waking up with Jeff and Bill, and you're losing weight right now just listening to this show. TGIF, Blake Olson, News Talk 710, KNUS.
It'll be breezy and trending a little bit cooler over the next 24 to 48 hours as another front will pass through the region. This front may produce a little bit of snow shower activity in Colorado's mountains of the north, but otherwise just cooler, breezy conditions down here along the front range. It'll be partly cloudy. We'll make the 60s today, a bit breezy, low to mid-30s tonight. Brisk winds and cooler, only low to mid-50s Saturday, 20s Saturday night, a cool day, 40s and 50s Sunday. But right back into the 60s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Meteorologist Don Day in the 710 KNUS Weather Center.
Welcome back to the Jeff and Bill Show. Headline from the Denver Gazette: Rockies to hire current NFL executive and Jonah Hill character in Moneyball to run front office. By the way, that movie is one of my favorites.
That is a really good movie.
That's one that you could throw on anytime and it's entertaining. You know how the story goes.
Yeah, it
but
is.
Brad Pitt's great in it. Jonah Hill's great in it. And we got the guy.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about this, but
What I'm worried
good.
about is we got him from the Browns. He's most recently with the Browns.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that kind of worry. And now he's been, he goes back and forth, but yeah, he was in baseball for a while, and yeah, recently with the Browns. I'm like, Ooh, that didn't work out so well. But I'm hoping just wrong sport. I'm crossing my fingers.
Well, I also wonder if he just stumbled upon something that's just like easily replicable, and everybody else is like, okay, like it's why Groupon failed.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like first one in, really good idea, and then everyone realized like, we could do this.
Everybody had a Groupon. Yeah. Let's talk
right.
to Blake and see what he thinks about this and this new guy.
Hey, by the way, I'm sorry. I think I said 64 in Denver. That it's not 64 degrees right now. Okay?
Oh, darn.
Just so you know.
No, it's about 40.
34.
Oh,
34.
Okay,
Sorry about that.
On, then. That's not
hey, you know what? I think at this point for the Rockies, I think you try whatever
you can.
It can only go up, right? Or maybe not because it's the Browns.
That's true.
You bring up a great point, Billy. But somehow they have to be creative in the front office, right? I mean, that's where this is. If anything's going to happen with the Rockies, it's going to happen in the front office. I mean, that is positive.
Yeah, and for years they've been, so insular. It's always been about promoting from within, and that just hasn't worked out at all. And I was also reading, again, I'm not a baseball guy, but I was reading that the Rockies are one of the teams that is the least data-driven in Major League Baseball right now.
Yeah, I read that. Yeah.
Which I'm surprised with, given that.
Same here.
Because I would assume because we play at a different altitude, data would be phenomenally important because you would want to look at statistics. You would want to look at, everybody that has played Little League Baseball here and even through high school and college understands that certain balls don't do things when they're pitched. they don't do the same thing they do at sea level. And so there would be some ideas as far as, I'm not a baseball guy, but I've always had this theory that what would happen if you went out and you got a whole bunch of pitchers. It would be hard to do, but pitchers that are throwing in the high 90s. Because of the lack of wind resistance here. What would happen if everybody was a flamethrower and had one or two other pitches? What do you do coming in? I mean, sure, you set up to hit, fastballs every time, but if you have a decent enough changeup, just enough of a change in the speed, you might have something there. I mean, I don't understand why we go after guys that, throw huge curveballs and things. It doesn't work here.
I agree.
Intelligent.
Yeah.
Well done, Mr. Thorpe.
I learned all of that from my step grandfather.
Well, look,
he taught me so much about baseball. Yeah, it's the only way I learned. Yeah.
So we know the Momforts aren't major data driven, other than did I make more than I spent today? That seemed like the only metric that mattered to the Rockies because they're like, we're the worst performing team in the major leagues.
I can respect that.
Oh, we made $1 more than we did.
Yes.
We spent. That sounds good to us. But when you're talking about going outside and not just promoting from within, honestly, Blake, that is so much what I'm hearing with regards to the appeal of Victor Marks.
Is that
for
right?
governor?
Oh,
do you know who Victor Marks is? Have you heard of this guy?
Yeah, from Colorado Springs. You guys had him on the show.
Right. We were one of his first interviews. Yeah. And he's like, people are like, but he hasn't been in the system. Where has he been? We don't. But part of the appeal is like, all right, well, we keep running Republicans from within and losing by 20. So why don't we try something totally new?
Yeah, I agree.
That's kind of the appeal. That's what I'm hearing from other Republicans.
Why not? I mean, this could be something that you look back at and go, oh, wow, they're the second coming of the Oakland A's from the movie, only because they had the foresight to see this and or the vision to see this and go against the grain, if you will. Why not?
Here's the article from the Gazette. The Colorado Rockies promised in October they'd go outside the organization to hire their next head of baseball operations. They're following through. The Rockies will hire NFL executive Paul DePodesta to be their head of baseball operations, according to the report at The Athletic. He will replace Bill Schmidt, who left the position at the end of the 2025 campaign. Major League Baseball's GM meetings will begin Monday in Las Vegas. It's expected DePodesta will be announced, and in place when the key off-season gathering begins. The 52-year-old Dee Podesta is the chief strategy officer for the Cleveland Browns, a franchise that, like the Rockies, is all too familiar with trying to figure out how to be a playoff contender. He's been with the Browns since 2016. Whoa.
2016 with the Browns?
And the team has compiled a 56-99-1 mark.
See, that's what worries me right there. Is I'm worried about that 56.99 mark there. And the Monfort said, "Ooh, sound like he's right in our wheelhouse." That sounds just like what we've been doing. This guy fits in perfectly with us.
Great point.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Hey, but he won 55.
Yeah, you mean he loses twice as often as he wins? That sounds like a Rockies guy for me. That's great. He's gonna fit in well here.
What if we could maybe win those 55 in 1 year or 2 years?
So you're saying he has a lot of experience with low expectations and failure. I think he's going to wear purple and look great in it, sir.
Man,
Yes,
this
that's
is
exactly
hey,
it.
look, this is going to be one of those things where it's going to be the greatest story if it works out.
Yes.
And it's an I told you so if it doesn't.
Oh, exactly.
And more than likely, it's going to be an I told you so.
Yeah. That's what I'm worried about. I'm hoping that he's still doing something data driven. He comes in and says, "Here, look at what happens here. Here's what you see more often in this park. You know, are there certain types of pitches that are hit more often?
Have to.
Certain places that are hit. What do we do? I go back to even the old EY days with Eric Young. Is there something here that maybe if you get someone that is a stolen base specialist, is there something there that we can do? You know, well,
What's
is it?
the market look
Yeah,
like?
I mean, you know that the Broncos, like last night, had an advantage because of the Raiders coming up here from Las Vegas. So there's an altitude advantage. So what is the altitude advantage you can play into the park here? Yeah, I'm hoping that he looks at that. If not, if he's just like, hey, I did so well with the Browns, let me bring
Bill,
the
you've
same
done a hell of a
commitment
job
here.
making the case for you to be running.
Hell no.
You're
I'm telling
better
you.
data-driven
Hell no.
than anybody else we've seen there.
I think
No
you're
way.
qualified.
That's what worries me, is that the team is so bad, even I am qualified to run the team. They are that bad. That's what really worries me.
I don't get it because when I was a kid and they played AAA baseball and the Denver Bears before the Zephyrs, they turned into the Zephyrs and ruined the whole thing. But
Yeah, they
anyway, when
Hey,
they
I
were
was the Zephyrs bat boy.
I know you were with those weird uniforms, those
we're all
green
disappointed.
and blue
I
unis.
grew up more in that
I
night.
know
than-
you did.
I'm sure you did.
And I heard
You
a
saw
lot of
things,
new
heard
words
words
I'd
like,
never heard before.
That's a brand new word. We're going to try that on the playground. Yeah.
Not a bad name though, but the Bears, man, they used to dominate.
Yeah.
It didn't matter who came into Mile High. AAA baseball doesn't matter, still competitive, and they didn't have pitching problems, and they sure didn't have hitting problems. And all these guys went to the Montreal Expos and won pennants. Andre Dawson and all these guys, Tim Wallach, and they figured out how to play in Denver.
Haven't the Colorado Springs lost their minor league team?
They
moved?
did, yeah.
Yeah.
They're the Marshmallows or whatever they are.
The Vibes.
The vibe.
Yeah, they're the Vibes.
Is that the name of their team?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the name, and it's really
And where
sad.
did they move to? Do you guys know? I don't know.
Well, they still play in the same ballpark as
Yeah.
far as I know. I don't know if they're
I think they are
AAA,
moving,
not
double
though.
A.
I do think they're moving, but once they changed their name to
they
the
are
Vibes,
moving?
I was like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah,
That's-
neither do I.
What?
I just
Yeah.
don't.
That's a terrible name.
Oh, it's
It
awful.
is.
And here's
It
a really funny part. Their little marshmallowy. This is like, okay, this is a little family story. The marshmallow mascot. Okay, my youngest daughter, who is now just turned 17 recently, she was one of the first girls to join Cub Scouts. And she wanted to join and get into Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts. She didn't like the girls were doing. It was too boring. She was more of a tomboy. So the boys were doing more stuff. The boys got to play with fire and knives. That was much more appealing. So she went in there, and in her little pack, they wanted to have a mascot. And they had some of the boys were drawing this flaming marshmallow. And she's like, I'm an artist. I'll do it. And the Vibes logo is really close to the one that she created. Now, they did not rip her off or anything else. It just was funny. And what I think is hilarious is I look at it as the Vibes created the same basic logo my middle school daughter created. I'm like, who'd you hire for that? I mean, you probably could have paid somebody in Labubu's and you would have gotten the thing cheaper. What's going on here?
No, I thought the Sky Sox was cool.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic.
I thought that was a good one.
Yeah,
and minor league baseball games, baseball teams' names are creative, and I love them. The crazier they are, but the Vibes is like, what?
Oh yeah,
even their logo's lame.
Yeah, it is. Who wants a soft marshmallow?
Yeah,
as
just
a
no
logo?
fun.
You know. I mean, the Mud Hens, like you guys talked about this about a month ago. I think the Mud Hens, great name, and it has history in Toledo and a minor league baseball team. But you know, it's like kind of goofy, but it's cool. You know, it's it doesn't strike fear in you, but it's cool. But
the Gazette,
marshmallow.
Yeah, I'm with you. The Gazette writing that D. Podesta is more than just a Moneyball reference. There's also moments over the nearly 20 years in baseball with 5 different franchises and learning from what worked to make the Dodgers and Athletics successful, a pair of franchises at the opposite end of the MLB spectrum. That makes D. Podesta a fascinating hire with an infinite amount of possibilities in Denver, the Gazette writes.
Wow.
There you go.
Okay, well, whatever. Hey, you know what? The fans are still going to file through when April comes around.
Oh, absolutely. It's just a food court that has entertainment on the field. That's all it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they know what they've got.
And then when they start winning, if they ever do, and they go to the playoffs and the World Series, you won't be able to afford the tickets, and you won't be going.
And you won't be going. Same thing as we do now.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. Nothing changes.
What's the difference?
Yes, exactly.
And the Dodgers and Yankees are going to win, and the Red Sox will be there.
Yes, exactly. Oh, no, not the Red Sox again. Oh, God.
And as the world turns.
Yep.
All right, gentlemen, thank you. Appreciate your time. Join the conversation. Give us a call, 303-696-1971. You excited about the Rockies changeup, bringing in the Jonah Hill character from Moneyball? That guy, the character was all based around in that movie with Brad Pitt, coming to the Rockies. Does that give you a little bit of hope and optimism? Join the conversation at 303-696-1971. Text us on the Dan Caplis Law text line at 720-819-5115. You're listening to The Jeff and Bill Show.
This is Denver's Talk Leader, News Talk 710, KNUS.
Love that intro.
Me too. I was singing it yesterday in my head again. Steely earworms. I love it.
Headline out there, Colorado. Blake had mentioned it. Woman hospitalized after brutal moose attack in small town Colorado. Colorado Parks and Wildlife is investigating a moose attack that occurred west of Jamestown in Boulder County on November 5th. According to a report on the matter, the woman who was involved was walking her dog off leash near her home at about 1 p.m. when the attack occurred. A young bull moose is said to have knocked the woman to the ground before stomping on her multiple times. She was hospitalized due to head and back injuries that she sustained. Additional detail about her dog was not included in the Colorado Parks and Wildlife report. Authorities have not been able to locate the suspect moose per a November 6th report, but have put up signage in the area warning others about its presence. According to Colorado Parks and Wildlife, most moose attacks involve the presence of dogs, presumably because moose view them as predators or a potential threat. Keeping a dog on leash can be helpful in preventing a moose attack. Though there is still risk, it's also worth noting that another common factor in moose attacks involve humans or their pets getting too close. Because moose are often found in areas with dense vegetation, it's easy to inadvertently sneak up on them. Safest thing you can do if a moose is encountered is slowly back away while maintaining eyesight of the animal. If it starts to charge, use trees, rocks, vehicles, or other large objects as barriers. If knocked to the ground, attempt to protect your head and neck. Moose are notoriously aggressive, especially in a situation where young might be present. Being highly aware of your surroundings and avoiding moose altogether is the first line of defense out there, Colorado writing.
Yeah.
Golly.
Moose are serious. It's one of those that bears aren't necessarily going to be as aggressive. They'll be curious about you. Kind of the same thing with wolves. Coyotes
just looking
are
for
a bit
the picnic
different.
basket.
Yeah, the picnic basket, absolutely. Hey, boo-boo. The moose, though, will be aggressive, and they will be somewhat territorial. And I was looking at my phone during the breaks, and you were going to talk about this. I can't find the picture right now, but I have pictures of myself and my dog a number of years ago being encountered by a moose just on a road in the mountains. And the moose, it's in where there's people, there's houses, everything else, and it's a juvenile. And because the moose was kind of okay with the people, because obviously it's had somewhat of limited experience with people, it wasn't necessarily defensive. But as soon as it saw the dog, oh, that was danger, because in the wild those are predators, and so and competition for food. So the moose was having none of that, and started walking towards us, and was absolutely defining territory. And if you do encounter a moose, the thing you need to watch are the ears. That will tell you what's going to go on. The moose's ears, if they're up, they're curious. As soon as the moose lays their ears flat, it wants a piece of you. And so that's what you watch for. The moose ears go down and lay flat. That's the danger sign. That's when you get the crap out of there as soon as possible. And that's what we saw. And my dog and I slowly walked away the other direction and gave the moose a wide berth. And it came after us. It walked up the road around us and watched us go around the corner to make sure we were leaving the territory. Yeah, this was having none of us. And it wasn't until it saw the dog. Yeah, it was like, oh, wait a minute.
There's an element of Bill that would work on some nature channel.
There is.
The Bill Thorpe Nature Channel.
There is.
I'm having Steve Irwin vibes right now.
Oh, dude,
oh, crikey. Oh. This is a beautiful moose. Now watch the moose's ears. If the moose's ears are flat, run away. You're in danger.
Yes, that is so me. I do that all the time. Not in the voice, but all the time with animals. And I get stuck in nature documentaries and things. I think I told you a couple of weeks ago. Ended up watching about an hour-long thing about the development of dragonflies, and looked at what they did from babies and just the evolutionary process and how there's certain systems they do. And again, they also breathe out of their butts. So, there's some things there that, when they're nymphs. So a whole bunch of stuff. Going back to previous You Choose the News stories.
Right.
Yeah, so again.
Well, speaking of You Choose the News, we got that coming up. Jason texted in. Bullwinkle. Who, me? Yeah, Bullwinkle did it.
Yes.
I just look at moose. Those are one of the animals that I think God just really got creative with and had fun.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like platypus. It's just, you know, he got creative in certain areas.
The length of those legs is remarkable, and they're quick with them too. And they will stomp you. They are very accurate with those. Do not mess around. But yeah, you encounter a moose, watch the ears. The ears are going to tell you what they're feeling immediately. Yeah, watch the ears.
With that, Bill Thorpe's Adventures in the Wild wraps up, and we'll be back with You Choose the News Loser Edition. You're listening to The Jeff and Bill Show.
This is Denver's Talk Leader News Talk 710 KNUS.
Welcome back to the Jeff and Bill Show. It's Friday morning. Everybody's looking forward to Bill Thorpe's You Choose the News Loser Edition.
Yes, is that time of the morning? No, that is the Blake Olson
I was
thing.
gonna
That's
say.
the wrong thing. Hang on a sec here. I'm pushing the wrong buttons. This must be Friday. Alrighty. Yes, I'm a giant loser. Speaking of losers, let's get to the stories. It's time for America's favorite fake radio news game show. If I can find the right buttons, it's time for the loser edition of You Choose the News.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Let's go. Loser! You're a loser!
The Losers Club.
Bunch of losers.
You're such a loser. You made me feel like a loser!
She's a loser.
You are such a loser.
Loser?
Yes, if this loser can remember which buttons to push properly, yes, we will be able to play the loser edition of America's favorite fake radio news game show. It's time for You Choose the News. You know how this happens. Earlier this week, I browsed the interwebs and found some really dumb stories, but Jeff and Blake didn't think we should talk about those stories. They chose other stories that were more important. Some people's children. Alrighty. Now today, though, those stories come back for a second shot at glory. Yes, we get to see those stories that Blake and Jeff had passed over. Didn't think they were worthy of our attention. It's the loser edition of You Choose the News, as always. Blake Olson joins us from the newsroom, and this is a big, giant secret. Do not tell those in charge, or all of our fun will go for naught. It's no fun. Okay, here we go. Gentlemen, here are our returning headlines. Headline number 1, to rule them all. Headline number 2, can I keep it? Headline number 3, are you ready for the hot mama? And headline number 4, is it a good shrubbery? Mr. Hunt.
To rule them all.
Yes, 1 to rule them all. There's only one condiment that people believe can unify the internet. Dairy brand Tillamook, the mayonnaise master Kewpie, have joined forces to create what might be the most powerful condiment in all of internet history. It is a fusion spread designed specifically for your grilled cheese. It is Tillamook's extra creamy unsalted butter and Kewpie's organic mayonnaise combined for the first of their time Voltron of goodness called Butternaise. Yes, Butternaise. Condiment comes from the ongoing digital debate whether butter or mayonnaise is superior for the outside of your grilled cheese sandwich. One camp says part butter spread on slices creates a crispier crust. The other thinks a smear of mayo is the key to that golden toasted sandwich and deliciousness. Well, Tillamook and Kewpie are done with the argument. They have joined forces in order to solve this once and for all. 8-ounce jars of the spread available for purchase online yesterday and are sold out as of this morning. Yes.
That is a perfect description of America right now. We solved that debate. Government can't figure it itself out.
I know.
And that's still closed.
Maybe we should just suggest they debate Butternaise. So,
There you go.
There we
Look,
go.
They combined it together.
Exactly.
They came together.
They worked it out. Okay. Okay, Blake, can I keep it? Are you ready for the hot mama, or is it a good shrubbery?
Are you ready for the hot mama?
Yeah. Are you ready for the hot mama? That's what Tyra Banks wants to know. Former supermodel turned entrepreneur has announced she's launching. Woo! Oh, no, that's not exciting. Hot ice cream.
Oh.
Yeah, if you're wondering what that is, you're not alone. Tyra has an ice cream company called Smize and Dream. It has a shop that's in Australia. And it's, according to the site, it's an idea that honors her mother, Carolyn London. Now, during Mom's hard-working years, every Friday night after homework and dinner, we'd have a girls' night at the Haagen-Dazs ice cream shop. And while licking the chocolate and coffee ice creams, and sometimes she had an idea about being creative and dreaming, and that gave her the idea, Tyra says, for the world's first hot ice cream experience. She says it's not a latte, not hot chocolate, but your favorite scoops transformed into liquid hot ice cream. It is sippable. They call it the Hot Mama. The product is new, not listed on the company's website yet, but they are serving it in Australia. People have made it. Is it custard? Is it a warm milkshake? Is it's basically the thing that people have said is it's meh. It's not that good.
I was going to say, it sounds like mostly anything you buy at Starbucks or Dutch Brothers to begin with.
Yeah, it's basically
like ice cream.
It's intentionally churned and warmed to create a creamy consistency that can be sipped from a cup. Here's the fun part. The serving is right around $12.50, which I'm just saying you could go buy 2 pints of Haagen-Dazs and let them melt on the counter for less than that. So, just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. If you're really looking for a melted hot ice cream, I got some other cheaper solutions for you.
Yeah, there's a microwave.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, or just tell your kids and they forget to leave it on the counter. That's fun to clean up. That's been there, done that.
Exactly
okay,
right.
Jeff.
I've had a few of those.
Oh yeah, I know. Jeff, can I keep it or is it a good shrubbery?
Can I keep it?
Yeah, can I keep it? Here we find ourselves in Alliance, Ohio. A 42-year-old man was arrested just last week after robbing the Huntington Bank. It was the city's first bank robbery since 2010, according to the police department. Juan Mason recently moved to Alliance from Akron. He entered the bank around 9 o'clock in the morning, exclaimed he had a weapon, demanded cash, and fled on foot with approximately $400 in $1 bills. Woo! He's going to have fun at the club, making it rain. No, that's just my own personal thought. Now, the patrolman says he located Mason walking on South Union Avenue near State Street. He had changed his clothes, but still had the stolen money on him. The fun part is, during his arrest, he reportedly asked police, "Can I deposit this cash into my jail commissary account? It would really help me out." No, you stole it. You do not get to keep it. Yes.
At least he asked the question. Yes. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Possession is not 9/10 of the law. Despite what they say, it's not how that works out. Yes. So that's not it. Loser's weepers? No, that's not really it either. So yeah, he does not get to keep the money. That's it. That's the end of You Choose the News. Back to you, Jeff.
All right, coming up in the next hour, looks like maybe Trump's ability to implement tariffs maybe ending. We'll talk the Supreme Court oral arguments, and should he have the power? We want you to be a part of the conversation. You're listening to The Jeff and Bill Show.
This is Denver's talk leader. We're News Talk 710 KNUS.